Alrighty, in this review here, we're going to kind of sort of rehash an old review with some new information, some updates, that sort of thing. I'd say about a year ago now, should be at least a year, I believe, I did a review on this, well, what has become one of my absolute, if not my absolute favorite, soldering devices. It's a butane powered soldering iron. If you have not seen the video for this, where I did some live testing, I did some ridiculous soldering with it, and that's one thing I do want to reiterate here. Some people kind of missed the point of that video, but the link to it will be right up in there. Anywho, what I want to talk about here is well, by comparison to my Weller soldering station, they're different tools for different jobs. Yes, of course, they both do soldering, and they do, a beautiful job. This one naturally is not portable because you got to be plugged into, a hard line somewhere. This one, this is go anywhere, do, anything with. You can, oh, you got options here. Check this out. I have run some gas through this, some fuel. Let's see how close we can get and still focus here. Come on, Panasonic. Right here. There we go. I have run tanks and tanks and tanks, hours worth of burn time through this soldering iron here, through this tip, and I do believe this is the only tip that I use. You can see its condition. I mean, as far as I can tell, clean up a little bit of that excess solder and it's still like brand new. This thing is awesome. I love it. It's my go-to. You know what? In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, ever since I got this, I have not used that. Not once. Yeah, I don't... Exactly. I have not used that ever since I got this. This thing is so quick, so easy, so portable. I mean, you're going to spend, I don't know what today's price is on that thing. You're going to be, $80 to $100. This was, I think, somewhere around 40-ish when I bought it, when I paid for it. I don't remember if there was a coupon or on sale, but as always, links to all this stuff in the description. But this thing, I freaking love it. I absolutely love it. This is my go-to anytime I need to solder just about anything. Well, literally anytime I need to solder anything, I reach for this, just because just go anywhere, take it with me, and I'm not tethered with a cord of any kind. I have done some soldering with this. Let's see if yeah, kinda. Are you focusing? Kinda. I've done some soldering with this. I mean, this is held up, beautifully fine. But like I said, ever since I got this guy, yeah, man, it's this is just impossible to argue with, especially at the price point. The quality is right there. The functionality is right there. And this was 70 watts. You know what? I cannot remember, but I will look it up and give you the correct answer in the description. I think that was 70 watts. This was rated for, I believe, 125. So naturally, when you want to do some heavier gauge wire, this is going to be, probably where you want to. This is the tool that you're going to reach for, right? And I did that in the video where the link is, up there. It doesn't matter which one you watch first. If you want to see this thing in, really hardcore action, yeah, I soldered some 8-gauge cable there. And what I said in the video, and I think a lot of people missed the point or didn't hear me say it or whatever, I said in that video, this is about the dumbest thing you would ever want to do with a soldering iron. I put some really heavy gauge stuff together with this tip that most people would never do that. You would never ever really want to do that. And I wasn't trying to use flux. I wasn't trying to make it easy for the thing. I gave it, I gave it almost an impossible task, and it did it. So if you want to see, what it's capable of doing, go check him out that video. But one thing I want to mention here, now that I've got some serious runtime on this guy, I've got almost nothing to complain about. But one little trick that I've learned, when you unscrew this here to insert you know, you stick your tip down in there. This nut has threads on it also on the inside. You see the threads on the outside. Are we focused? This nut here, it is a nut. It's got threads on the outside and on the inside as well. And what I was running into every time when the thing would get hot, right? And then you go and yeah, I did that. That's right where I wanted it anyway. When you take this cap off, what would oftentimes happen, it would end up sticking to this aluminum piece, and then, you know, this would back off with this cap, and then you got to fight to get the thing apart. One little trick that I've learned, and anyway, it's been working beautifully for me. Let me pop this door open here, and I'll show you. A little dab will do you. This is my go-to stuff for so many things, electrical and other. Anyway, a little dielectric tune-up grease. I guess you could use, well, you could probably use whatever you want, really. Petroleum, you know, Vaseline, maybe a touch of white lithium, but you know, this is clear stuff. It doesn't make a mess, and it is high temperature stuff, so because of that, you know, high temperature grease would make sense here. Just lube the threads a little bit. That's all I've done. That's all it took, and it has not backed off since. You know, I cranked down on this real nice and tight. There are wrench flats on this. Are we catching them? Yeah, you can kind of see them right there. So yeah, put your adjustable wrench, or you know, whatever wrench you got that fits that, and you know, don't be afraid. Crank down on this a little. You know, give her a little torque, but be careful. This is aluminum on top of high temp plastic, so you know, it's only going to take so much until it goes snap, crackle, pop. So you know, just be careful with that. But lube the threads on the outside here, and then you know, this piece won't lock up on you anymore. And you don't need to make this one tight. You just, you know, lightly cinch it down, and boom, you're done. But yeah, I've learned this the hard way, because like I said, every time I would go to take it off after I've used the thing, it would end up loosening this nut, and I'm here to tell you that got old fast. That's the only problem I've had with it, and that was a very simple solution that I've you know, kind of stumbled on. Anywho, this is going to be a real short and sweet one. I just wanted to reiterate what I said in the first video, and then, you know, kind of give a long-term opinion on this thing. I said in the first video that I really like this thing, and now I'm going to tell you that I absolutely love this thing. Good job, LEXIVON. LEXIVON? However they're pronounced, I don't know. I'm going to butcher names. I'm good like that. Yeah, LEXIVON, I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, awesome tool. I'm one of my absolute best purchases ever, bar none, no contest. It did say in the what's your thingy here? Somewhere in the instructions about the purity of your fuel. You got to use, you know, triple S, quadruple, you know, times filtered, and I don't know. I never have. You know, I've got, I don't know how many tanks worth, and this is all I'm using. Just the regular, you know, Ronson off the shelf, everyday lighter fluid, butane. I ain't never had a problem with it, so I don't know. I mean, maybe in the future it ends up, you know, clogging a jet or something, but well, it hasn't happened yet, and I've got some serious runtime on this guy now. So yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend this. This is one hell of a thing, especially for the money. You get all these attachments, and there are so many others that you can get for it. You know, there's more available from this company, and also aftermarket as well. So all right, I'm just gonna wrap this up here real quick. Again, check out the video that I already did on this. That's where I do, you know, some actual soldering with it. But I just wanted to kind of, you know, tune up that review with a longer term review here, and, you know, just update that a little bit. Good stuff, guys. I mean, seriously, this is if you're on the fence about getting one, yeah, get off the fence. Open your wallet. You will not regret it. One hell of a thing here. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this one. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe and all that jazz. And all right, I guess we'll see you in the next one.